Welcome back to Panther Stadium. They affectionately call it the Panther Pit here on the campus of Franklin High School. And it is Kannapolis, the Panthers, and the Wonders getting set to do battle here in round number 2. There you see Coach Fred Goldsmith, and earlier Steve Gant had a chance to speak with that man.
Thanks, Randy. We're Phil Side with the head coach of the Franklin Panthers, Fred Goldsmith. Fred, great night for football.
Oh, it's beautiful. The rain stops. You know, it's a clear, cool night, full moon. Feels a little rough from last Friday playing that torrential downs pour all week, but all night. But yeah, it's a great night for football, and we're proud of what our football team has done this year and the toughness that we've showed. And yet we know we're going against one of the finest programs in America, and Kannapolis has been for the last 50 years. So we've got our work cut out for us.
Well, Fred, I got to give you credit. You've turned things around. 2 years ago, this team was just unheard of, and in 2 short years, you've turned around and put them on the map. 10 straight wins. Of course, I got to mention to our viewers back home, former coach at Duke, so that's probably where people say, well, I know that name, that guy looks familiar. But getting to tonight's game, 10 straight wins. What do you know about Kannapolis, and what concerns you about Kannapolis?
Speed, speed, speed. And I think they've got at least 3 seniors that are Division I prospects, a couple of juniors that I can spot right off. That's very, very unusual for one football team to have that many. But they have good speed. They do a fine job blocking up front for those kids. Dangerous in the run and the pass, and play good, solid defense. And, you know, Ron Massey's a heck of a coach and well coached. So, you know, they got off to a rough start, but they're right where Kannapolis usually is this time of year. That's all you can say.
That's exactly right, Fred. You got a couple of juniors I got to mention. 2 running backs well over 1,000 yards apiece. Your quarterback's thrown for 1,200 yards. Looks like you can score from anywhere on the field.
Well, we've been fortunate, and yet we haven't played anybody of this caliber yet, I don't believe. So, you know, we'll just see what happens. And, you know, I wish they had more guys like my old buddy Bob Trott still playing instead of these fast guys that are playing for Kannapolis. But, you know, what the heck. We got some guys that can run, too, and that's why we play the game, to see what it's like.
Coach, you said you're concerned about Kannapolis' speed. Where on the field, what statistic do you have to dominate to beat Kannapolis tonight?
Well, I think we have to play well in the defensive front to not allow them to pop out, to hit a crack. Because once they get in the secondary, those guys are gone. And then we've got to find a way to stop number 22 on all those routes that he runs, because once he catches those short balls, he turns them into long plays. And we got to find a way to move the football. You know, they lock on you man-to-man a lot, and try to keep you from throwing the ball and have a lot of people up there for the run. We got to find a way to move the ball.
Well, thank you for talking to us. Let you get back to work, and thanks for the hospitality here at Franklin High School.
Thank you.
Okay, Fred, good luck. Okay, Randy, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Steve. A delightful head coach, Fred Goldsmith, here at Franklin High School. Well, let's see what the Wonder Pulse looks like going into round number 2. Steve Gant caught up with another one of the coaches from A.O. Brown.
We're here with Jeremy Ryan, the A.O. Brown Wonders. Jeremy, quite a trip up here. Walk us through today. What did you guys do today?
Well, we got the kids out of first block around 9:30. Then we gave them a little snack that they could eat about any time they wanted to on the way up. Then we went to Asheville High School and stretched them out and let the kids work out a little bit. Then I stopped at Ryan's Steakhouse, ate our pregame meal, and then we went to Western Carolina University and did our pregame walkthrough routine kind of thing that we do every Friday, and then basically got on the bus and drove up here.
You know, I just got through talking to Fred. He's real concerned about Kannapolis, especially Kannapolis' speed. We walked into the stadium tonight, and people, it's like a David and Goliath meet. The people are scared to death. Kannapolis rolled into town, brought all the fans with us, great support. It's going to be a well of a ball game. What do you expect? What's it going to take?
Well, I don't know who the Goliath is, because they seem to be a little bit bigger than us. I don't know who comes up with that kind of coach speak there, but what can you expect tonight is probably an extra point deciding the game, or maybe a onside kick from somebody, or a trick play, or a great defensive stop from us, or it's going to take something extra probably to win this.
Jeremy, you mentioned trick plays. I got to go back a week ago. A couple trick plays put a team back in the ballgame with you guys. I know you worked on that, but what do you do? How can you work on that? You never know what's going to expect.
Well, you can only go by what you see on film, and you just hope the kids have recognition of what they see, and you can make up things and go through it during the course of the week like we did this week. Came up with about every trick play we could think of and worked on it with our scout offense. But basically it's up to the kids from here on out. There's nothing we can do for them.
Got to mention the kid that got hurt last week. The kid that had the concussion, not playing tonight. Turner, I believe is his name. Who you gonna put in place of him?
I believe Shannon Davis, number 7, is going to get the nod tonight. And we'll probably rotate some other people in, but Shannon Davis is our guy.
You talked about trick plays, big plays, key to winning.
Don't turn it over and make big plays.
Okay, man. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck. We'll let you go back to work.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeremy. Good luck, guys. Okay, Randy, back to you.
Okay, Steve, as the fans continue to file in, all the seats have been had for about an hour and a half now. Let's look at some of the keys we think to tonight's game.
Well, number 1 is going to be control the clock. You heard Coach Goldsmith talking about that, and it's going to be important. They've got 2,000-yard rushers, as we mentioned, primarily because they want to keep that fast Kannapolis offense off the field. It's going to be important for the Wonders as well, Randy, because every now and again they have a tendency to score pretty quickly, and that can mean the defense for Kannapolis will spend a lot of time on the field, so that'll be a stat to watch. Next, make it special. We're talking about special teams there. You heard Coach Ryan talking about it'll take something a little extra, maybe a kick to win this game. Last week in special teams, Franklin got a fortunate break on a punt that was fumbled. They got it back when maybe some folks thought they shouldn't have. They missed a field goal to lose the first game of the season, so special teams going to be a big key tonight. Of course, Kannapolis can take it to the house on kick returns. Finally, we've got holding on. You heard Coach Ryan talking about turnovers. That is always a big key in any playoff game. Franklin generated 5 turnovers a week ago, so keeping the ball is going to be a big, big key tonight, and that will tie in with field position as well.
We're just about ready to find out if all the things we talked about are going to come true. Kannapolis, A.L. Brown Wonders hosting the Franklin Panthers next. Our coverage continues now from the Panther Pit here at Franklin High. Let's go to the center of the field.
Everybody shake hands, if you will. Thank you. Okay, guys, we've got in front of y'all a red team tonight. We've got in front of y'all a white team, okay? If we have a penalty, I'll ask for a red and white captain. Come up and we'll discuss it, okay? Guys, part of your responsibility as the captains is keep your teammates under control. You like the way you do it, by the way, we'll have to do it, okay? Your visitors, heads or tails in the air, okay? You ready? Heads to heads, it's a head. You won the toss. You want to receive. Which way you guys want to kick? Kick this way and defend that goal. Swing around. Swing around. White people want to see and defend this goal, right? And white's going to receive. Fellas, shake hands again. Good luck. Play hard.
Okay, Kannapolis talk about ball control. Their offense will be on the field first here to start the game. And speaking of game, it's a game. The first game was you got to get here 3 hours before the game to get a seat.
Randy, you got to see the sign that the Franklin players are about to run through down here right in front of the stands. Look at that. No wonder Franklin ain't scared.
That's the way they spell it up here, isn't it?
I guess. Oh, man, this is great, isn't it? It feels like high school football.
Oh, it does. The playoff atmosphere, the electricity in the air. And when the Wonder team came onto the field, it's got to be a reassuring sign, a little confidence and warmth, that knowing that you got 700-800 people that made the trip up here to support their team.
And they came early, Randy. We got here at about 4:30, and they were filing in then for both teams. And I think you were talking with some of the folks who came up. How many buses did they bring?
I think they had, counting the football team, it was a total of 9
charter buses.
Wow. And there you see across the Wonder bench, see the names of these seniors. So the fans they brought the advertisements as well.
That's right. Well, we are almost ready to go. Seems like we left yesterday to get here, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what, it has been, we utilized every minute of the day today. But it was a nice trip up, and glad everybody got up here safe and sound, not only, well, from both teams, really. A hotbed of football tonight in Franklin. Beautiful setting for a high school football game. Kannapolis will be moving left to right here in the first period, dressed in their away white, trimmed in green. And, of course, the Panthers hit the field with the red jerseys, trimmed in white, and those white breeches. Kind of look like Stanford a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit. I was thinking, we were talking before the game, they remind me of the uniforms from the old MASH movie. There's the quarterback, Clay Wyatt, for the Franklin Panthers, a junior.
And Kyle Gardner, you see number 15, The helmet's kind of a throwback, maybe. Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah, it sure is. Kyle Garner to kick it off here. Round number 2 of the state 3A. The winner will get either Jamestown Ragsdale, the defending state champion, or Hickory next week. It'll be a short kick, and it's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line. Here's Carter. We'll get good room, and Kannapolis will have great field position to start. On the coverage was Sterling Villardo. Let's take a look at the Wonders offensive line.
Well, you see the guys we've got highlighted there, Josh Barrier and Abercrombie. Those two guys, 6'5", 220, and 6'3", 265, respectively, giving the Wonders some size. We got the two Shrine Bowlers highlighted there in the backfield. Carter, 1,600 yards, or rather 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns. Allison, 46 catches for 800 yards and 9 touchdowns. Both of those guys, of course, as we mentioned, headed to the Shrine Bowl. Of course, I think they might kind of like to miss it because that would mean they're still playing.
I think so. Woody, there was a late flag that we didn't pick up, and it was unsportsmanlike call against the Panthers, and now Kannapolis will operate 1st and 10 at the Franklin 49-yard line on their first play from scrimmage. Not a bad place to start. Single setback is Rock Johnson behind Drew Marr. And they'll break Edwards in motion. He'll get the toss. Now he's going to throw it deep. A man behind the secondary is Allison. He's got it at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Lightning strikes on the first play of scrimmage.
Well, we saw the Wonders go heavy to Maurice Edwards in the first playoff game. We haven't seen that since the South Rowan game, and the result was the same.
His 3rd touchdown pass of the year, Maurice Edwards. And for Andre Allison, he just snuck behind the secondary, and that is touchdown pass number 10 on the year and catch overall 47 on the 2001 campaign.
Well, teams that aren't that familiar with Kannapolis, Randy, might not realize that Edwards is the backup quarterback and gets some time there. In fact, he got several snaps there last week.
Well, it took Kannapolis about 4 seconds to score. Out of the hold of Marr. Deloney kicks it up. It's low, but it does get across the bar. One play, 49 yards, about 4 seconds, and Kannapolis has jumped out on top, 7-0.
Wow.
Woody, as we go back to the touchdown, I guess from the films, you said Franklin had not seen Maurice Edwards. He was fighting for the starting quarterback position at the beginning of the year with Marr.
Right, and then, you know, all the tapes I'm sure Franklin has seen only show him as a running back.
Louder kind of squibs it. One of the up men will take it. This is Penland, and he'll return out. I don't know where they're going to whistle it. Near the 40-yard line. Your coverage doesn't have to get down the field quite as far on a 20-yard, 25-yard kick. Sean Johnson, one of the first guys there. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Here's how the Panthers offense will shake out.
Well, one of the guys we want to highlight there is Roddy Hughes. He's the biggest along that offensive line. They are all seniors. He is 240 pounds, is the senior there. As we look at the backs, we got Clay Wyatt highlighted, 1,200 yards passing for him, and Josh Durham, their top ball carrier, 1,000 yards. There's the first pass.
Out complete to Penland. He's down the sidelines behind the secondary, and one man to beat. He won't catch him. Touchdown, Franklin. What is going on here? All of a sudden, both teams run one play, and we played about 38 seconds of this game, Woody, and it's with 7-6.
Randy, this is just a little quick turnaround pattern, and I think somebody must have just lost him. Watch here. Oh, I see. The defender missed him. He had Terry Collins covered him, and when Collins missed him, nobody else was there. They couldn't catch him.
Just a little quick out. There's your leading receiver. So the two leading receivers on both these teams have showcased their talents early. Now the extra point attempt by Garner. It's up, and it's good. We are tied, folks. 11:22 to go, believe it or not, in the first period.
My goodness.
Randy Willie along with Woody Kane, and offenses haven't really got warmed up yet.
Well,
but,
we haven't even had enough time to meet the defenses yet. They've scored every time they've touched the ball. Just bang, bang.
One goes 49, the other one goes about 61. Franklin says, well, we can do that too. Here we go again. Squibber, and this will be Allison out about the 20-yard line. Looking for a block around the corner. There's the speed. He gets through one hole, cuts it back, and almost breaks it again out across the 45. Zach Mason on the coverage for the Panthers.
Let's take a look at that defensive lineup now for Franklin since things happen so quickly. Adam Garrett, the guy we want to highlight for you there, 6'2", 225 pounds. He had a sack and a fumble recovery 1 week ago. In the secondary, Kyle Morgan, he was one of the captains who came out. He's also the backup quarterback. He had an interception 1 week ago, so he'll be one to watch tonight as well.
There you see the
that was Garrett that we were talking about.
41-yard line of Kannapolis, 1st and 10. Quick toss. It'll be Carter. Ball is loose. It's on the ground, and I think Kannapolis very lucky to get it back. They do.
Randy, one of the Franklin players was standing right there. It was right behind him, and he didn't even realize it. Take a look at it again. Watch the hit here, and now look. It was right behind one of the Franklin players. I believe it was right behind Garrett, and he never saw it. But that was a great hit in there by Tony Chipman, the defensive end, to help jar that ball loose from Carter.
Gain of about 6 with the aid of the fumble. Sure, Coach Madison, the offensive coordinators don't want to do it that way every time. And now Mars directing traffic. He's getting Carter out of the tailback position and knows he's going to get hit with too much time and calls a timeout. Only 2 seconds were left on the play clock.
Carter was back there, Randy, counting players to make sure they had the right numbers out, and Mar realized that he wasn't in the right place.
Well, a missed tackle, that's a kind of a mistake, and it led to a touchdown. A missed a secondary assignment for Franklin, that's a kind of a mistake, but maybe 2 just great plays by the receivers, and that's the difference in the scoring tonight.
Well, it was a nice run by Penland. And don't forget, folks, to visit our website.
Yeah, we got all kinds of things going on. The polls, the columns, the message board. A lot of great comments, and we appreciate you folks participating in that. Kannapolis burns one of their 3 timeouts here in the first half, so it is still 2nd down and 4 at their 47-yard line. Slot on the left with 2 wide receivers. They'll break it and go to Johnson. He lumbers to about midfield. It'll be short of the first down marker. Tackle on the play by Tony Shipman of the Panthers.
And he was the guy who helped jar the ball loose from Carter on that last play. Look at that. Rock already looks like a fullback. Got stuff all over his arm.
You got to get into the flow there. Rock's got a, what you call it, all-purpose, heavy-duty, jumbo 220-something yards on the year. And does a lot of the dirty work inside.
And look at this. He's coming out in the slot.
Now, that could be interesting. Let's see if they come this way. Maybe he's out there for blocking purposes.
Yep.
On 3rd and short, they try to get around the corner, and they will. Carter, oh, is he hit. Man, is he popped up high. He'll have the first down, I believe.
And a little jawing going on after the play, Randy. The Franklin players, from the stuff you've been able to read in the papers up here, believe if they could just hit the Wonders hard enough, it'll negate their speed. But Carter popped right back up, and the Franklin players were kind of talked to him before he went back out on the field, and he wasn't having any of it.
So the Wonders with, believe it or not, their initial first down of the game. At 47 of Franklin. Allison wide to the top. Edwards will break low. Johnson, the lone setback. Marr to the air, out pattern. Allison open. They stay off of him. He spins and will have the first down inside the Panther 30-yard line. Once again, like we saw last week, Woody, it looks like the defensive backs of the corners are giving Allison 5 to 7 yards.
Was Kyle Morgan on him? And look at the room. You see Morgan 10 there. He was the guy responsible for Allison that time. And all Andre had to do was take a couple of steps. Morgan was given ground. Allison stops, and he's got an ocean of room in front of him.
18-yard pickup down to the 29. Wonders on the move. Tie scores. We played a little over 2.5 minutes of this one. They break Edwards, fake the toss, go to Johnson up the gut. You say, well, that don't look exciting. He gained 2 or 3 yards. Garrett got him, but you do that in the entire game. He gets 8, 10 carries. It just keeps the defense honest, and it does punish them a little bit.
Well, what the Wonders want you to do is get flowing for that fake pitch coming from the flanker spot there and make you follow that and then pop it back up in there with a fullback.
And at the beginning of the year, they did not have either one of those guys, Edwards going in motion or the big rock in the backfield. It helps when you got your personnel. Here we go on the reverse. It's Carter looking to get outside. Speed will help him, and he tiptoes out of bounds. Did he get the first down? I believe so. There's a late flag. Could have been a late hit across the far way, Woody.
The flag is over there on the far side where Carter was. Take a look at it again here. Fake, come back the other way. Everybody was flowing the opposite direction. And let's see. I don't know. Was he out of bounds? It was hard to tell there.
Well, we did get the initial call from the referee. Could have been something said by one of the Wonders over there. Carter may have been the guilty party.
The flag was behind where Carter was. Let's see.
We'll get the call right now. There's going to be a hold. Okay. From the point of infraction, so it'll penalize him back to the 34-yard line.
And now the officials are stopping play again.
So negate the first down, and it will bring up about second down. And the line to make will be the 18-yard line of Franklin. Second and about 15, 16. We'll call it 15. Marr sends Carter in motion, fakes the pitch, plenty of time, going deep. He's got
Fox
wide open. Charlie Fox scores on the post.
Randy,
Wonders are doing it in the air tonight, looks like.
Charlie Fox is supposed to be a defensive back, and he got hurt early in the year. Since he's come back, he's been playing this receiver position quite a bit. You know everybody has to be looking at Edwards and Allison. Fox kind of the forgotten man, and he gives his team 6 more.
A guy who they said, well, he's not going to be back this year. Boy, what a job of rehab, Charlie Fox. So far, Marr, 3 of 3 for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's Kannapolis.
Yeah.
Because Edwards had one of those.
That's right. Not bad for about 3.5 minutes of action. Kannapolis regains the lead. Deloney now to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Marr. The kick is on its way and into the night. Kannapolis jumps back to a 7-point advantage with 8:34 to go in the first quarter. As we come back, Woody on that pass play, great offensive line blocking by the Wonders, and apparently they've detected something in the secondary. They've been able to exploit it. It's Louder, squibs it. This will be Myers picking it up, trying to get some room. Well, he looks this way. One man misses, and Myers will carry it out near the 40-yard line. Good return, and the Panthers are in great field position to start. I hate to say second drive because drives have not been the word of the way these teams have scored so far.
Exactly. The Kannapolis one lasted a little longer. Let's pick up that Kannapolis defense we didn't get a chance to last time. Norris, one of the captains there, and he had a fine game a week ago for the Wonders. 6'3", 250 pounds, and a senior, Josh Reeves. My goodness, what can you say about the game he had last week? 220-pound junior, and maybe the defensive player of the game for Kannapolis last week.
Right on the right side and going nowhere is Marcus West. The Kannapolis defense, Josh Reeves, rising to the occasion. Boy, he was a game breaker last week in the win against Nashville.
Let's take a look at it again. West didn't start the game, but he is a 1,000-yard rusher, number 32 here. And actually, it looks like Collins maybe coming through and getting him. Terry Collins, the defensive back, the senior.
He looked like Reeves on that one. A loss of a couple. Play fake, rolling, and the quarterback sack. Coming in for Kannapolis was Andrew King to make the sack. The 17th sack of the year for the Kannapolis defense.
But Coach Massey talked about they haven't been getting a lot of sacks lately, but that's 2 straight playoff games now where they have one. Nice ball fake by Wyatt, but he just can't find anybody to throw to downfield, Randy. It looked like he had adequate time, but credit the Wonders secondary there for locking people up.
Now here's the situation. If you're the Wonder defense, you'd like to see your opponent in 3rd down and 15.
Got to watch Norris here.
Up the gut. Nice sure tackle at about the 39-yard line by Shannon Blackman. And it will be the Panthers forced to punt for the first time tonight. As Jared Breedlove, 170-pound senior, will come in to kick it away.
There was Josh Durham coming off the field, Randy. He's their leading rusher, 175-pound junior. You got a good look at him.
Let's see if they kick it to Allison. He is back deep and around the 30-yard line. Good snap. They peel for the return. Line driver, and it will be returned. Here comes Allison. Back pedals to the 25. Looking, and he said, let's see. Well, he faked out about 4 guys. Can you believe that? It's just like he's got another gear, and it's almost, as you said last week, illegal, the moves that guy has.
Well, the key there was, Randy, you mentioned a line drive kick. That thing was so low and got to Allison so fast, the coverage hadn't got down there yet. He almost had to wait for some guys to make a move on.
But he stopped and then shaked and baked about 4 guys, and the second wave got him. Kannapolis with a 7-point advantage. Still 6:35 to go here in the first quarter, and this will start their 3rd offensive series. Just outside the 30-yard line.
We think.
High formation. And Edwards trying to get loose. Got a couple of tough ones in there. Holding on, and a good sure tackle that time. Looked to be number 28, I think. And that was David Profit.
Profit recovered a fumble a week ago from the linebacker spot. Edwards got tripped, had good balance to keep his feet and get back past the line of scrimmage there.
Wonder showing a different set than last time. They had worked out of that power eye. Now back to the single set. Fake the toss. Mark, plenty of time all day to throw. Going deep. Carter can't haul it in. Just off his fingertips. He had a touchdown.
I think he mistimed his jump, Randy. He was there, but maybe jumped a beat sooner. You see him patting his chest like, my bad there. Watch this. Nice fake by Marr. All day to throw it. And I think Chris just jumped that beat too soon. Just a hair too soon.
And you knew Chris probably would take it to the bank.
But boy, was he open.
Well, it's 3rd and 7. Marr with a play from the sidelines at the 34-yard line. This is the worst field position of the game for the Wonders.
Allison lines up down at the bottom of your picture here. More trouble with the formation now.
Nobody in the backfield, and now Kannapolis will be forced. Discussed on the face of Drew Marr, the quarterback. He's going to call their 2nd timeout here, and we've still got 5:56 left in the first period. Well, it's been a game of passing, and that's how all the points have been put up on the board. The Wonders lead it right now, 14-7. Welcome back to Panther Stadium here in Franklin. Wonders faced with 3rd and 7. They break Edwards in motion, and Marr will roll. Looking over the middle, he's got a man, and that is Carter out of the backfield. First down, he jukes out of bounds inside or right at the Franklin 40-yard line. They just broke him out of the backfield, Woody, and he just ran a little lag over the middle.
Well, he's just gonna drift out a little bit. He's on the left side here, come across the middle, right there. And the linebacker had the responsibility for him and just stopped in the middle of the field for some reason, but pushing him out of bounds at the end looked like it was Penland who's going both ways.
First time they've showed Carter out of the backfield on that particular pass play. First down, Wonders in Panther territory again. Spinning out of a move. How did he do it? And carrying folks down near the 31-yard line is Carter. He got hit, still spun out of the tackle.
Yeah, and his counterpart, Durham, the other running back who's also going both ways, was the guy who got him down. They fake it out here, come back in the inside, and nice spin move there by Carter. But that's what Kannapolis does primarily on their running plays. Rarely do they just go straight at you. They want to get you flowing one way or another when they bring the slot guy around
That definitely
and come back against the grain.
kind of neutralizes any speed advantage or maybe any weight advantage defense would have. Kind of spread them out. 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line. Fake the toss. Marr to the air over the middle. Allison had a touchdown, and he knew it. That's 2 drop balls, and perfectly thrown that time by Marr.
Boy, and Andre Allison would make that catch 9 times out of 10, maybe even more than that. Executed very well here, and it was right in his hands. And you see his disappointment there. He realizes he should have had that one.
Well, I think he was looking to see who was left between him and the goal line. Take your eye off it. Doesn't take but a minute.
Now, last time they were in a 3rd and short, Randy, they went with Carter around the end and just tried to let him use his speed to get to the flag.
He's in the tailback position this time. And he'll get it. And he's got the first down, and then some. He busts out of it. Secondary, inside the 5, touchdown Wonders. No flags down, counting.
Who was that clown a minute ago who said Kannapolis rarely comes straight at you? That's exactly what they did. Nice block by King in the backfield, then Carter just takes it right through a gaping hole in the line all the way to the house. They used his speed to get him to the end last time and pick up the first down.
Man, how many times have we seen that in his career?
Man, what speed.
Wonders still have, it's 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first period. They're trying to tack on point 21. Low snap, Marr sticks it down, and Deloney's perfect on the night in the PATs. 21-7, Wonder kickoff coming up. Well, for you defensive purists out there, the defensive football fans, we're sorry we're disappointing you tonight.
We can't help you.
Well, we thought it might be a defensive struggle. Right now, it's turned into a track meet. And right now, A.O. Brown is passing the baton pretty well, but they know, and Coach Massey and his coaches know, and Coach Goldsmith on the other side knows we've got a long way to go. Louder with the kick. This is going deep this time at the 8-yard line. Here's West. Oh, coverage strong that time at the 23, 24-yard line. John Weber down for the Wonders.
And big old John Weber is one of the starting offensive linemen, so he really did motor to get down there.
I guess it's something different for those offensive line guys to get downfield that far and not get a flag called on them.
This is going to be a key possession right here, Randy, for Franklin. If they can march down the field and score, we got a whole new ball game. If Kannapolis can get them out quickly, they may ignite.
Back to pass is Wyatt, rolling right, and the pass well covered over there, but short. Dockery, the intended receiver.
I think that was part of the problem, Randy. Wyatt, the quarterback there, threw off his back foot, didn't get his feet set. He was still backpedaling as he threw, and it kept him from getting much zip on the ball.
Very few quarterbacks can do it efficiently. I mean, you can count them on your hand. I'm talking about all in the pro level.
But he did have a game this year, Randy, against Tuscola, where he threw for 364 yards and set a school record.
On 2nd and 10, they go back to the ground game and breaking a couple of tackles, and a good gain out across the 30-yard line is Josh Durham. We saw his running ability on that play.
Right, and here's a 1,000-yard rusher as well. Look at this execution up front, and then he's just making people miss.
Finally, the third guy got him, but was it enough for the first down? They're looking at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like it'll be a little short based on that spot, but let's see.
Just over the 33-yard line, and it will be third and less than a yard. Let's see if White and company try to catch him off guard. They only got one receiver, though, from the I formation. First down and then some as Durham carries it.
Well, the key there, Randy, was they got a great block on Chad Keller down on the right side of that offensive line. Watch 79 get turned here. See him going right by him there? That was the key block right there. And our stat man, Steve Gant, points out that that is the first Franklin first down.
Coach Massey did find the catbird seat up top, didn't he?
Yeah, he kicked Mr. Berryman out onto the roof.
Busting to the outside. Here's Durham. Wonders will track him down, but he'll have another first down. Terry Cotman's on the tackle downfield, but not before he got into Wonder territory.
He'll just pop it inside, Randy, then break it toward the right, toward the sidelines, and he does have some pretty good speed. People think Smash Mouth Mountain teams can't run very fast, but as we said, this team a little different. They do have some pretty good speed. Not Kannapolis speed, but pretty good speed.
Fred Goldsmith, it's basically X and O's out there. You know, we're going to block, you got to tackle us. At the 45-yard line of Kannapolis, first down. Panthers up to the line quickly, hitting the middle this time, and looks like somebody, he's still on his feet. Still fighting. He was stopped for a 2-yard gain, turned it into a 5-yard gain, and had about 4 Wonders on him. And finally, Marcus West goes down.
It looked like Alan Clark was the first guy there for the Wonders in the hole, but boy, he had to get a lot of help to get him down.
Inside 3 minutes to go, opening period. 21-7 Wonders, but here come the Panthers. Really, neither team has stopped the other, except for that one series. Fullback, a little quick pop for about 3 that time. Chris Durham carrying the ball.
Normally a linebacker, but he does get some carries.
It'll be 3rd and short. There's the sidelines. This is the offensive coordinator, obviously, for the Panthers, calling in the play. 3rd and 2. and company up to the line. Out of the eye. Tail back. First down inside the Wonder 35-yard line. Marcus West. Well, I tell you what, he and Durham, we're seeing now how they can just take the ball and control it.
Just following the fullback right off tackle there, Randy, and making things happen, picking up first downs, keeping the sticks moving. They had been going left with the running game. That time they come back right.
Well, it takes a while after all the dynamite explosions at the beginning of the game to kind of settle into a pattern. You can't adjust when you run one play. Wonders will stop him this time on the first down run. Maybe 2 yards we'll give him.
Just gang tackling that time by the Wonders.
Marcus West out of the pile. Fred Goldsmith, super nice guy. I tell you what, it's great to retire, come up, try to relax. And, hey, look, he's having fun. Much fun as the kids, isn't he?
Next thing he knows, he's working again. He was at Duke and Air Force, Rice. He's been at some programs across the country. And I know they're thrilled to have him here.
2nd and 8. Wyatt pumps once, looking on the fly, overthrown. Single coverage that time. And
it was Collins, and it's a good thing, Randy, because I don't think Terry ever saw the ball. By the time he turned around, the ball was already high in the air, and I don't think his head turned again until he heard the ball hit the ground.
So a big play here in this drive, Woody. 1:23 left in the opening period, and it's 3rd and 9 coming up. You could say, well, we're in 4-down territory. I don't know about that.
Well, I think their kicker has some pretty nice range, but he was trying to hit Dustin Penland, his favorite receiving target there. So you might want to keep an eye on number 2 at the top of your picture again.
On the draw, up the middle, first down, and then some. Bruising, folks, is Josh Durham. Inside the Wonder 20-yard line.
Just a little draw play, Randy, and he had some room in the middle. You see, coming back with his head up, looking like he wants to pass, and just a great job up front by the Franklin team.
Good call. I think Annapolis thought he was going to pass.
Yeah, well, 3rd and long, that's the general rule of thumb.
So the chess match won that time by Franklin. On first down, the ball at the 16-yard line of the Wonders. It looked like somebody tripped him up at the line of scrimmage. Durham kind of went into the line funny, and I'm looking down.
He may have tripped over one of his own men, Randy.
Jacob Searcy, I think 70, may have been laid on the ground and got a hand up, but at any rate, he picked up a yard.
And now Durham, keep in mind, Randy, is going both ways tonight. That's why you saw a big bulk of the carries there in this drive by Marcus West.
Clay Wyatt, the quarterback, with a single setback. That is West behind him on 2nd and 9. Flags will and whistles blow.
Usually that's illegal procedure.
They did get up the line off and get it off awful quickly. Let's see the call from the referee. Illegal procedure. That will cost him 5. And that will be a delight to the Wonders. That puts him in 2nd and instead of 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd and about 14.
You always were good at math.
I'm looking at the scoreboard on that one. Had a little help there. When you get in double digits, I get lost.
Well, now Coach Goldsmith is consulting his mental playbook there.
Probably the final play of the first period as we're inside 15 seconds left. Wyatt looking over the middle and overthrown.
Boy, he had some zip on that, didn't he?
Now, Penland, is either Penland going to catch it or nobody, and Wyatt with a good job of keeping it out of the defensive secondary's hands. The clock stops at, 6 seconds left.
Yeah, I was going to say, since that happened, they'll get one more playoff here. But 3rd and long,
and the yards get tougher when you get inside the 20.
And in that Wonder huddle right now, they're going, watch the draw.
Watch the trick stuff.
Yeah.
I think we saw it all last week. 3rd and 14 from the 20-yard line. Quick snap. And they will stop him short of the first down. Durham just trying to center the ball and get him maybe in the field goal range, a little bit closer. As the first period, it's been an explosive one. The Wonders winning chapter number 1. They lead it 21-7. Woody Boys, we come back for quarter number 2. Except for one missed tackle, this may have been the best quarter of football Kannapolis has played all season.
Well, we talked about that on the ride up here, Randy, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
4th and 8 at the 14-yard line. Wyatt may have just wanted to see what Kannapolis' defense looked like, as Franklin will call their first timeout. Now they're going to bring in the field goal kicker. Looks like. Or do they?
No, it looks like Chris Durham coming out here to check it out, but Wyatt clearly saw something he didn't like there. But, back to the point you were talking about earlier, we discussed coming up here how, Kannapolis can seem to be just kind of cruising along, and then all of a sudden, kabang, they have a quarter where they just explode, and it looks like in this game that quarter was the first.
Can you sustain such a hot start? Yeah,
well, I mean, they had a couple of drops where they could have another score.
That's right. Well, they've yet to punt. That's a good sign. When you don't punt, you're usually in the ballgame.
Well, if Kannapolis wins this game, we'll have a show for you Wednesday night.
And it'll be at 8 o'clock live in our studios. And as we said, the winner of this game will beat either Hickory or Jamestown Ragsdale, the defending state 3A champ. Here's a big play in this game. 4th and 8. Wyatt to the air, looking end zone. Got a receiver overthrown. Had him open for just a minute. He was running that corner route over there, and the pass to Dockery just a little too long. So Kannapolis, I guess you could say, dodges a little bullet here.
Yeah, because Terry Collins had lost him by a couple of steps. You see him desperately trying to catch up there, and he's fortunate that ball was thrown a little bit long, because Terry Collins, when a defensive back puts his head down and is just running as hard as he can, not even looking for the ball, he's in trouble.
Not sure of the field goal kicker status for Franklin is why they did not decide to kick and go for 3. It would have been about a 30-yard kick, so.
Well, that extra point he had a while ago looked like it would have been good from about 30.
Sure, so we just don't know the decision why they went for it. On the play fake, Marr rolls. Pressure coming. Now he steps out of the pocket, pumps it upfield, hits Carter. Carter keeps his balance and is brought down, and it will be a first down. Wonders out across the 25. 2 great athletic plays on both ends.
And it really was. A lot of this credit goes to Drew Marr, Randy. Nice execution on the fake, make the defense freeze for a minute. Now watch him step up when he feels the pressure. Step up, buy time, find his man. A lot of guys just duck their head and run in that situation in a panic, but Drew Marr did the right thing there. Keep his head up, keep looking downfield, and find one of those guys who can really make something happen.
And they got about 11 yards out of it for a first down at the 26-yard line. They fake the toss and come back with Edwards, and he's got an opening, bruising people. Boy, he looked like a linebacker wanting to hit somebody, would he?
And it was Durham, his counterpart at running back, that he ran over downfield, but how effective Kannapolis has been with this play all year, especially last week. In that first drive, they faked that pitch to Carter, seemed like 10 times, and kept coming with Edwards and kept coming with Edwards, and he showed you there why they've got confidence in him.
In 2 plays, Kannapolis is out of the hole with great field position. They've gone about 26 yards. Now at their own 40 on first down and 10. They bust Carter in motion, fake the toss. Marr again passing. He's got Allison, and Andre drops another one.
Yeah, he had Kyle Morgan on him, but he had 2 steps on Kyle Morgan, and that was 6.
You know what the problem is, I think, with Touche? It's too easy tonight.
Yeah, look at this. Marr right on the money. And, boy, I think Andre was thinking touchdown before he secured the ball there, because, boy, he makes those catches all the time. It's the difficult ones that he makes that you wonder how he hangs on to. But his teammates have a lot of confidence in him, and he'll be fine.
Just a drop pass, and now you get a chance to redeem yourself because, hey, we're going to run another play. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Edwards in motion. They go to Rock. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss there.
He had nice penetration up the middle that time.
Tony Chipman there. We talk about Carter. We talk about Edwards. We talk about Allison. We don't talk a lot about Marr. He's over 50% passing on the year after a rash of interceptions to start the year. He's thrown for over 1,700 yards and now 21 touchdowns on the season. And this is the first year on the varsity.
He has really settled down and come into his own, Randy. Has played exceptionally well.
I saw him this morning, and I said,
did he run?
He had his jersey on it.
Oh, I thought maybe you scared him.
No. On 3rd down, Marr, straight drop all day to throw it. And it is picked off. Coming back the other way, this one might be a touchdown. Dockery brought down from behind inside the 15-yard line. Great job and a late flag, and that's going to be probably a face mask.
looked like coming up at the end to get him down for the Wonders was Alex Steele. But Marr has plenty of time here. He's waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. Finally throws and didn't see Dockery there. And I don't even think it was Edwards that he was looking for. I think he was looking a little further downfield.
Here I'm bragging on Drew, and he throws the pick.
That always happens. Actually, maybe it was Abercrombie who got it down 68, not 66.
Yeah, Abercrombie, the tight end, coming back to save the touchdown. Tack on the face mask, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Panthers. Their defense has got them right back in this game, just inside the 8-yard line. I formation. Tailback, right side to the 5. And that was Drum carrying the football for about 3.
Looks like it was Keller who got him down 79, but I'm telling you, these guys really know what they're doing up front.
You know, their offensive line has been surprising a lot of folks this year.
Well, when you
They're
got
not 10-1 for nothing, though.
yeah, and you got 2,000-yard runners, they didn't do it by themselves.
They offset the eye, quick count, right side, lumbering to about the 2-yard line. This time, it is Drum again. Now it'll set up 3rd and goal. Andrew King looked like the first wonder there defensively. Just outside the 2, there you see Drum.
Well, if they went for it before, Randy, you know they're going to go for it here, so
Sure.
we're in 4-down territory, absolutely. So
Here.
the Wonders are going to need 2 stops.
Nearing 9 minutes to go in the first half. And the Panthers break the huddle. They'll send Penland wide to the far side.
You got West in now for Durham.
And it will be West off the left side. He stops short. Well, we're going to have a 4th and goal coming up on the unpile.
Nice penetration by Andrew King that time, Randy, number 34. He didn't make the tackle, but he forced West to go around him or over him. Watch here. Look at 34 right there. He made him change direction, and then help could arrive. And there's Coach Massey trying to look around the posts.
Now he's got the 2 film crew guys up there, too. 4th and goal, about a half a yard for the touchdown. Key play in this game.
Boy, and the crowd on both sides getting up now.
They come out of the eye. Drum is the tailback. Quick count, fullback hits. No signal, there it is, touchdown.
Chris Durham that time, right at the middle.
They went with a quick snap once they got to the line.
Look at that, and he just drove people into the end zone.
Didn't get it by much, but you just got to break the plane.
The funny thing was, a couple of his linemen were standing there. They had already turned around to watch him come across.
And they were saying to the linesman, raise your hands, raise your hands.
Yeah.
Now the extra point attempt is up. It's good. 21-14. Wonders lead it with 8:14 remaining. First half. We got a game, folks.
Yeah, we do. And you know, Randy, the one thing that kind of surprises me here is we talked about it during the break. It's been weeks and weeks since we have seen a team willing to kick to Allison and Carter. And I think if Franklin continues to do that all night, they may not like it.
Yeah, we've seen it happen more than once. Let's see if he kick it deep. Yep, here we go. Allison peels back, feels at about the 8-yard line. Looking for the seam. Good couple of good blocks, and they'll get him at about the 14-yard line. Good coverage that time, and a good kick, really. It forced Allison to go back and really had to play infielder.
There you see the Franklin crowd here. And as we mentioned, both teams, fans for both teams started showing up here around 4:30 this afternoon. You know, Coach Goldsmith clearly has a lot of confidence in his kick coverage team because, boy, I don't remember the last time we saw a team willing to kick deep to Allison and Carter.
Ball at the 13-yard line. First down and 10 Wonders. 7-point game. They go to Edwards, tripped up. He gets one block, and he'll get 10 tough yards. This kid got almost 100 yards last week rushing. You think Carter's going to get it, and now Edwards has has 2 good weeks in a row so far.
This is the same way they started off that last drive. Fake the pitch, come back inside, and Edwards just continues to lower his shoulder. That time he hammered Penland downfield. And Edwards, well, he almost plays with a linebacker mentality back there, doesn't he?
Over 500 yards rushing on the year. And keep in mind, he was hurt half the season.
Yeah, and you know one guy right now, Randy, who really wants to get his hands on the ball is Andre Allison, because he's had a couple of drops that he normally makes.
Well, he's out there. It's second and short. Passing situation. They go to the gun. Marr trying to lure him in with a screen. Here we go. Allison on the cutback. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another. Cuts it outside. Spins. And we'll have... Boy, I tell you what, that is animation in motion, isn't it?
He probably ran 45 yards on that play, but Marr just trying to set this up almost as a little flanker screen here. He drops back, looks right, comes back left where Allison is, makes a guy miss, makes another miss. Here comes the spin, makes another one miss. Just a fine athlete.
Got to get that spin in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess the Wonders a little bit better field position out to their 35-yard line.
And that was one of the things that Coach Goldsmith told Steve Gant before the game he was really concerned about, is letting the Kannapolis receivers find that little seam.
On first down, they go to Carter. I don't know how he gets away. Oh, man, could he had kept his balance, that might have been one of the greatest runs we've seen this year.
Yeah, but his shirt's 15 yards long now.
It's stretched out. That is some good material in that jersey.
It really is. Nice move here, following King, his blocks, and then he gets through, and there's the shirt, and that finally gets him down. But it's been a while since Carter has touched it.
Chris is saying, I wish they still made those tearaways. I'd be in the end zone by now.
He might still be running if that jersey had torn off.
Well, he got 7 yards on the pickup, out to the 42. Now they will spring Carter in motion. He'll take the pitch. He's got the corner. He's got the first down. He's got more. He's got a fifth gear, and he's got a touchdown. Are you kidding me?
What did Fred Goldsmith say when Steve asked him what the main concern was? He said speed about 6 times, and you saw evidence of it right there. Man.
And you can't do homework on speed.
No, you can't. Carter gets around the end. Right there's the move. Boy, he got a great block over by the sidelines. Looked like it was John Weber over there clearing things out. Nice block.
He looks even quicker than he did a couple of weeks ago. I think Nick came down to Kannapolis last week and gave him some pointers.
Square the Florida State water.
Yeah, square the shoulders and turn on the burners. He was in Mach 2, I think, when he left the field. Deloney now to add the extra point, and it is through the heart. We've got a timeout. 6:03 to go in the first half. The Wonders have doubled the Panthers. Well, we were trying to figure out the stats, and I don't know if our calculators are overheating or what, Woody, but danger. Carter responsible for 20 touchdowns rushing on the year now, 10 touchdowns, or 7 in the passing department, 27 scores. And
Yikes.
he's over 100 yards tonight. Louder will kick it kind of in betweener. And it will be taken this time. Looks like number 9. That's Myers coming out with it, and they'll corral him out about the 30-yard line.
Randy, this Franklin bunch, all of them run hard. You know, usually the first guy there for Kannapolis is having a little trouble getting the guy down until he gets help. They run hard until the whistle blows and maybe even beyond. They don't give up for anything.
I'm sure Coach Goldsmith says we don't want to get into a scoring game with the Wonders because we're going to lose. And right now, we've got, 42 points up there on the board combined. Wyatt, little out to Penland. One-on-one, he tries to stiff arm, and a good job of hanging on for the posse to arrive by Terry Collins.
Danielle Brown finally came up and gave him some help at the end, but that is Wyatt's favorite receiver here, trying to get outside a little bit after they had been running middle for so long. And it looks like they're going to pick up about 6.
And you'll take that on first down.
They're going to give him 7, looks like.
At the 37-yard line, we'll spot it. I formation, good seal on the corner, and boy, the coverage was there in a hurry by the Wonders. Dwayne McClure, first guy there in the white shirts. It looked like he was going to have 10 or 12 yards, and it came from nowhere.
They tried to go around the end with it, and all of a sudden there was a lot of room, and then all of a sudden 2 Wonders flashed in the hole. There was Daniel Brown and McClure, who just kind of appeared in front of him, it looked like.
Drum, not only 215 pounds, only a sophomore, so Panther fans got a lot to look forward to the next couple of years, but
all their top skill players are juniors.
The thing about it is you can catch him and you can hit him, but he don't always go down. We've seen that a lot tonight. Here we go again around the right side, and the Wonders waiting a good open field tackle that time. by Daniel Brown.
Yeah, and the reason was you had Chris Durham out there trying to get the block on him, and he just can't get Brown blocked. See that? He just fought through it and makes the play. Just excellent work out there by the 5'8", 157-pound senior defensive back for the Wonders. He did exactly what you're supposed to do in run support there.
And Brown kind of knew that the sidelines was another defender behind him, so he
Yeah.
kind of...
And usually defensive backs aren't known for being able to fight off blocks like that, but Brown sure did there.
held him to a yard gain. Now Wyatt with a play fake. Rolls, pops it upfield, and
Did he get it?
it is intercepted. Can you believe that? What a play by number 8, Robert Clark. He just took it away from the receiver, would he?
Yeah, he saw what was happening and broke on the ball as soon as it gets into the air. I don't know if you'll be able to see him break here, but look at that. Just great anticipation, Randy. You're right. He just out-wrestled him for it.
It was a catch. I was getting ready to say, what a hit by the young man, and then he just rolled the receiver over and took the ball out of his hands.
Robert Clark, another senior defensive back for this Kannapolis team.
If you're Coach Massey, you got 4:04 to go, and you want to get one in right now.
That kind of evens things up in the turnover category, so we're back to square one there.
Fake the pitch. Marr tipped. Caught. First down. Wonders. You're right. Allison can't make the easy catch.
That was an unbelievably tough catch, Randy. It was tipped. He still maintains his concentration, takes a lick, and comes down with the ball. There's the tip, and then he grabs it, and two guys sandwich him.
I knew he was going to get hit.
Yeah, and Allison hangs on.
What you say is, Touche, run into coverage. Run at the guys. Don't
Yeah.
run away from them.
Well, I think Franklin realizes that when he is most dangerous is not so much the catch itself, but what he does afterwards.
At the 28-yard line, first down and 10. Edwards looking outside and brought down from behind.
Randy, Franklin has not been able to handle that play all night long. That has been there for the Wonders all night.
Not a lot of teams have been able to handle it this year.
Edwards having another big game. You know, we talked about it last week with Coach Massey. Allison and Carter get all the headlines, and you mentioned Marr, who's been playing well. But I really think an unsung hero offensively for this team has been Maurice Edwards.
And what about the offensive line?
Man, they have played very, very well.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 from the 22-yard line. And they'll lumber it to Rock Johnson that time.
Boy, you got all these guys spreading the field, going every which direction, you know, faking this way, coming back that way, running little slants, and then you slam it up in there with a 250-pound fullback.
Come with the diesel.
Wow. He ran over somebody. There's Coach Goldsmith looking on.
He's got to be a little perplexed here. How do we stop him?
He may have been talking to Rob Stuck, our cameraman down there.
Yeah, Rob's getting the inside scoop here.
Yeah.
First down and 10 at the 18-yard line. It'll be Edwards.
Carter.
Carter angling, and he'll gain good yardage. Not after he hits the initial defender, but what he does after contact.
And watch him dance and hop here, Randy, just making people miss. Look at that. Guys just flying by with their arms waving in air. Well, they're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from a touchdown at any moment, aren't they?
Wonders are moving it now with now 2:10 left. The clock running. They've got it 2nd down and 3 at the Franklin 11-yard line. This is a big drive for the Wonders. It'll put them up 3 touchdowns if they can punch it in. Here we go on the end around. And good yardage.
And Randy, what a nice, time-consuming, effective drive this is for Kannapolis. You know, we talked about them scoring quickly, but they are just taking chunks of yardage and getting down the field. And look at a good job out there again blocking by John Weber.
He was fighting 2 guys in red shirts, and now he said, come on,
And he did
Andre,
it.
come on.
Yeah.
First-
Not only fighting 2 guys, but did it effectively.
It's 1st and goal for the Wonders at the 5-yard line. Johnson, the lone setback. Let's see if he gets the call. Nope, it's going to be Carter, and he will score his 3rd touchdown of the night. From 5 yards out, Chris Carter.
Wow, Randy, this Wonder offense is really clicking. As much trouble as they had in the second half a week ago, it's 180 degrees difference here. They have really come out smoking offensively.
We saw when they came in. We see the play again. Came into the stadium tonight. You talk about game faces on these kids.
Yeah.
They were focused.
And big old Rock Johnson leading the way in there to help Carter get into the end zone.
Now Deloney for the extra point. They'll have to ice his leg down here at halftime. This is his 5th extra point attempt. Out of the hold, Drew Marr. Good hold. Well, the ball never came up.
I think it was blocked.
Partially blocked, perhaps, and that will thwart the extra point attempt. So with 1:25 left before halftime, Wonders lead it by 20. As we return to the Panther Pit here, Panther High School, is juggernaut a good word for the offensive performance we've seen tonight for Kannapolis?
Yeah, they have been impressive, Randy. And remember, we've documented that they have dropped 3 passes, and a couple of those probably would have been scores.
They squib it this time. High bounder, and unfortunately for Franklin, it's Justin Kampman. Got it, but the knee went down, and when you do that in high school ball, that's where they'll put it in play. That's where you're down. Carter with 3 touchdowns rushing in the first half. Allison with a touchdown catch. He's dropped a couple of 2 potential ones, and Charlie Fox got behind the secondary one time. That's been the Wonder scoring so far.
And how nice was that to see Charlie Fox get that touchdown in a playoff game after being hurt so much this year?
Single setback. Here come the Panthers, and running off the left side will be a couple of yard gain that time from Marcus West, as the clock now shows 70 seconds and ticking. Panthers still have, I believe, 2 timeouts left here.
I think it was Norris who was probably the first Wonder player there.
Kind of a situation here where you don't want to risk maybe putting it in the air and getting another pick, but you want to get some yardage. Well, and see what you can get. Maybe get some points here as we down to 45 seconds, the clock running. Just see what happens here as Durham tackled.
Well, you can't play defensively here because right now you're down, 20 points. So they're going to have to take a shot or call a timeout. One is inside 30 seconds now.
Right now they need to get the first down. 3rd and a long 1. Fullback,
Chris Durham.
man, there's some popping going on, so that will stop the clock as Daniel Brown makes the tackle on Durham with 18 seconds to go. Perhaps Wyatt going to load it up here and see what they can get. A couple of timeouts. You don't want to waste him. You can't carry him over. Now the clock running as they set the ball ready for play. Panthers not in a lot of hurry to get up to the line of scrimmage.
And Pentland, his favorite receivers, down at the bottom.
Here's Wyatt. Now he's going to run it. Upfield, slide, ball loose, but they say he was down. And that will do it in the first half. Impressive. Kannapolis' offense as good as it gets, almost to perfection. They lead it 34-14 at the break. Welcome back, 34-14, our halftime score. It's been a Wonder offensive performance here in the first half. Randy Willie along with Woody Kane and this guy over here, Steve Gant. We are high atop the Panther Pit.
We are high atop our own cable truck. That's where we are. But boy, what a first half, Randy. And the numbers are very, very impressive as we put them up here. 9 first downs for the Wonders, 184 on the ground, 173 through the air. Look at that, 357 total yards for Kannapolis. Last week, total, they had 278. So the offense is clicking very well here. 1 turnover apiece, and then 2 penalties apiece. And then what a nice long drive by Kannapolis there right before the half. Here are our keys. We talked about control the clock. Well, Franklin has kept the ball a little bit, but they haven't been able to put points off it except for the 1 play and then after the Kannapolis turnover. Make it special. Kannapolis has missed an extra point. That hasn't come back to hurt them at this point of the game, and we'll see how that comes out. Hold on. Each team has had 1 turnover. The 1 Kannapolis turnover, however, led to a Franklin touchdown.
And we don't have some individual stats, but we know Chris Carter is over the 100-yard rushing mark. And, of course, Edwards should be there. Drew Marr, what a job he's done passing. Hi, Mom.
There's our perch. Send money.
Hey, we got the best seat in the house, you know. There's Sir...
Look at that.
That's Sir Purr's cousin.
The cheerleaders are beating him up.
He's the warmest guy up here tonight.
Boy, now how often do you go around and get to see young girls put their heads in a cat's mouth?
There's some of the Wonder fans. Yeah, exactly. Some of the Wonder fans, and you see the advertisements, so to speak. There's a lot of the well-wishers, a lot of those seniors.
Well, a lot of people were bundled up there, but I saw one lady out there in just a T-shirt. That was it.
Hey, that's, they're hot. The offensive hot. I think the heels are smoking.
Yeah.
It's kind of radiating from the field. Getting the ball in the second half will be the Panthers. Let's see what Coach Goldsmith and his coaches have been able to come up with. I was kind of overhearing a lot of conversations at halftime by some of the home folks here, and they said, I don't know if we come back in the second half, we can't stop that offense for the Wonders, and it has been almost perfection.
They didn't know you were a spy.
No. Metro Jacket didn't give it away, did it? Going to one of the up guys.
Like Chris Durham.
And the turn out, a pretty good return for Clay Wyatt and company as they'll come onto the field. On the coverage that time on the tackle.
Looked like it was King.
Who's played a good game tonight. Dale King. We have not called his number in the backfield. Rock Johnson has got a lot of the starts at the fullback position.
Well, I think King actually started, but Rock probably got the first fullback carry.
Single setback this time behind Wyatt. Play fake. Rolling to buy a little time. Upfield picked off. With 3 interception is Shannon Blackman, and the Wonders defense has risen to the occasion. We talk all about the offense, and the defense must have heard us, said, hey, what about us?
Second turnover of the game now. Shannon Blackman comes up with it, but give credit to Shannon Davis, the linebacker, filling in for Kendall Turner. Look at 7 right here. Really put some pressure on Clay Wyatt. Forced him again, Randy, to throw off that back foot. He didn't get much on the ball, and Blackman was right there. The Wonders are clicking tonight.
Trying to hit Dockery and the Wonder offense on the field for the first time here in the second half after the turnover. They'll start the series at the 23-yard line of Franklin. Here's a chance to drive one home early and make a statement here in the second half.
Uh-oh.
There was a mix-up, and Johnson tackled Marr that time after about no gain on the play.
Well, you had the defensive lineman Garrett right there in the middle of that play, but it looked like Marr wanted to give it to Rock Johnson, and Rock didn't think he was supposed to get it.
Rock was a rock. You see how strong that young man is. He tackled his own quarterback there. Whoa.
Yeah, you could tell Marr looked and realized what he thought was going to happen didn't.
No gain on the play. Actually, they lost a couple of feet.
Thank you, right.
Marr said, Rock, it's okay, man. You hit those defensive linemen like you hit me, you'll be all right.
Uh-oh. Well, I think the Wonders took off a little early that time down on the left side.
This is the thing that Coach Massey doesn't want to happen is the tale of 2 halves. We saw it last week. Of course, the weather conditions played a big part in their offense, and Asheville's defense had a little bit to say about it, too.
I think you're exactly right. And last week they had a mud bowl game here. You know, you thought we had some rain. They had a monsoon here last week, and you heard Coach Goldsmith talking about they had to do a lot of work on the field to get it back in some kind of shape after last week's game.
Well, we know that from being good golfers that we are. You got to fill those divots.
I'm not a good golfer.
Well, I try.
I like it.
Yeah, okay. On second and 16. Here we go. And waiting on, looked like Allison that time. No, it was Edwards, excuse me. Good play that time defensively. Number 28, David Prophet, who's made
he stays home in his linebacker spot. Same play going the other direction this time, coming back with Edwards, and Prophet just wouldn't let him go.
Almost got the face mask. Gain of a couple. It's third down.
Well, who do you think they're going to look for here?
I believe Touche might be a possible candidate. There he is, split to the left. Carter will go out to the right. Well, you have got speed to burn at the wideouts. Play fake. Marr with plenty of protection. Now it breaks down. Forced to run. Here he goes. Hit at the 25, and that's going to be it. Good open field tackle that time. Looked like number 82 was there for the Panthers. That's Adam Garrett, the defensive lineman.
And I don't see a kicker coming on yet. Look at here. Marr has some time. Can't find a receiver open and finally gets pressure and has to take it outside.
I thought he had more room, and he maybe actually did. So 4th and 14 at the 25, or actually 4th and 12 at about the 25-yard line. If you don't make it, you got the team backed up pretty good.
Yeah, and a 20-point lead.
Yeah. out of the shotgun this time. He'll have everybody in the pattern. Here they come. Moore eludes one rusher. Eludes a second? No, they can't. Just a foot race and more speed that time for Jeremy Dockery, and the ball will go over on downs. I think it may have been something downfield, but Drew did the smart thing and held on to it.
They had linebackers coming from either end that time, and they were just able to chase Marr down before he could find anybody downfield. He was just trying to get away at the end. He had no time to set his feet and throw.
So the Panthers will have it, their second possession here of the second half. First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Fullback. Oh, and boy, there was some hitting going on after about 4 yards. Daniel Brown came in and really laid a pop.
You see number 2 getting up off the bottom of the pile there, Randy. He went down the line, read the play, saw the hole, and filled it.
And they still gave 5, though.
What a hit, because Brown is only about 150 pounds.
Yeah.
And he hit, I think it was Durham, the fullback.
Tailback. Durham. Oh, nice move. And will be near the sticks there. They'll team up to make the tackle. Blackman and Collins there. Blackman been steady all year long, as Collins has.
Here's Durham coming around the end. There's Collins. There's Blackman. Oh, the Wonder defensive backs, excellent in run support tonight.
Nearing the 8-minute mark, third period. Just underway here in the second half. 3rd and 1. Fullback. They'll have the first down. Durham, Chris Durham, out to about the 43-yard line.
And Randy, even though Franklin is moving the chains, getting first downs.
Let's take a time off the clock.
Yeah, down by 3 scores, the Wonders are probably delighted to have the clock just ticking away here.
Well, he'll try the inside. The outside was closed for a minute as Josh Durham.
The Wonders just blew that one up front, Randy. They really did a nice job. Just collapsed the whole left side of that Franklin line. And you see Coach Goldsmith like, ay.
Oh, one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet.
Yeah, he is. And they have been effective running the ball, but not that time. The Wonders really shut it down well.
Second down and 10. 43. Wyatt. Wonders giving chase, and they'll get him from behind. Getting credit for the tackle will be Josh Reeves. And boy, he has got so much lateral speed. When you track down a running back like Durham from behind.
Well, you had a host of white jerseys. Look at all these white jerseys there in the backfield. 3-4 guys in the backfield that time, and the Wonders are playing very tight, Randy. They're almost playing, 9-10 guys up in the box. I mean, guys really close because they don't believe that Franklin can get behind him and go deep downfield. Look how tight they are up here.
Making the adjustment on the defensive line on 3rd and 12. Wyatt to the air, looking, and it is going to be complete. What a great catch in some, no, they say incomplete.
Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. They're going to stop the clock. Okay, I saw one official, Dustin Penland. What a catch, and he was in heavy coverage.
Boy, and the defender just couldn't get there in time on that one, Randy.
Nothing Robert Clark could do, but what a pass also by Clay Wyatt. Nobody was going to catch it except his receiver. It gets him into Wonder territory, the 45-yard line. West spinning for about 6.
Daniel Brown again. Boy, he's hitting people tonight, isn't he? He's all over the place.
Daniel Brown is only 157 pounds, as you see, but...
and Durham goes about 180.
He's a senior, and he says, Daniel's saying, I'm
going to be in on it.
Yeah. Inside 6 minutes to go, third period. 2nd and 5. Leaping over guys and near the first down sticks. Depending on the spot, Blackman in on the tackle once again.
Take a look at it again here, Randy. Nice move to get back toward the middle as Norris was in on it as well. But you had some nice penetration again that time by Shannon Davis. And the lineman just had to lay on him to keep him from being in that play.
West, hard runner.
He did force it back inside, though.
3rd down and short. They hit the fullback, and he'll have the first down. down to the Wonder 30-yard line.
Nice play that time by Chris Durham, Randy. He just lowered his head, saw the seam, and knew where he had to get to. He kind of hesitated for a minute. Look at there. He's got the old, who was it for the 49ers used to wear that style of helmet? They've all got that. Looks like the double cap helmet. Remember that?
Yeah, I do, and I'm trying to think of the player. West cuts it inside after looking outside and is stood up and dropped that time by Blackman. When you got him making some tackles in the secondary, that means that offensive line for Franklin is doing a pretty good job right now. It'll be short of the first down.
Well, they really are doing a nice job here, Randy, but again, taking them a lot of time to move down the field. We're coming up on 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter here.
Just outside the 20-yard line. They hit the fullback again. Ball is loose, picked up by West. He'll try to get the first down, and he does. They earned it the old-fashioned way.
Durham drops it, West picks it up and keeps moving.
And lucky for Franklin that West was back there.
Boy, look how far it went, and West was just Johnny on the spot. Fortunate for Franklin there.
So Franklin has moved the ball down to the Wonder 16-yard line. They've been here a couple of times tonight, turned away one time on downs. Let's see if they can punch it in as we show about 4:15 to go. West again, hit and stopped. There's the whistles blowing, and really no gain on the play. Wonders stacked that one up. They just had too many bodies over there. Getting up off the bottom, it looked like 34 for Kannapolis. Andrew King, a linebacker.
And the Wonders again, Randy, doing a good job. As you see Coach Massey still up top, getting some penetration into the backfield that time. You had the back trying to dodge people to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down. Wyatt looking over the middle and picked at the goal line. Here comes Terry Collins. Still on his feet, dancing up the sidelines and out of bounds at the 17-yard line. The second interception here in the half, and the third turnover of the game.
What a great job by Collins breaking on that ball. Jared Breedlove is who Clay Wyatt was trying to hit, crossing, coming toward the middle, and Collins was just kind of laying back there in the weeds and steps in front of him right at the end. Look at this. And I don't think Wyatt saw him.
Well, the thing about it is Wyatt, you could see as soon as he came back from center, he telegraphed. Collins just read the quarterback the whole time, and he knew exactly where he was going because there was only one guy running the post.
Hey, Terry's got some moves on that run back, too.
He said, put me in, coach. Here's Johnson. Out to the 20. Brock's going to break one before the night's over, I got to feel.
Well, you know, Randy, I think all the Kannapolis coaching staff is trying to accomplish there is making them think you're going to run it up in there some. There you see Coach Goldsmith in the turnover situation. We mentioned that as one of our keys, and right now it's going Kannapolis' way.
All right, that's a big key there. That turnover hurts a lot worse when you're on your opponent's 15 than when you're back at your own 20.
No doubt, because Franklin had ideas of points there for sure.
On second down, Marr to Edwards, skips out of a tackle, keeps his balance, and will go to the 25-yard line. Panthers doing a good job, it looks like, Woody, with that penetration, able to get an arm or a hand on the running backs, but can't quite bring them down.
Adam Garrett broke through that time. The defensive lineman, number 82, we mentioned in our pregame, was one of the guys to watch for, but Edwards just ducked under him because Garrett got in there in pretty good shape, and somehow Maurice was just able to find room to get by him.
Edwards and Carter with outstanding balance.
I was going to say, Carter looks like he's not sure where he needs to be.
I got him in the tailback position now. On 3rd and 3, he's got the ball, he's got a hole up the middle, he's got the first down, and out to about the 35-yard line. Tackled by Matt Myers on the Panthers. And the Wonders would like nothing now better than to take about 6 minutes off the clock and chew up about 80 yards.
You want to talk about just blowing people off the ball. Wonders are doing a great job up front there with it. And we mentioned, you know, everybody thinks of these Smash Mouth Mountain teams as big, big, big. But Kannapolis might have a little bit of a size advantage, particularly here with their offensive line on the Franklin defensive front.
And that offensive line just keeps getting better and better as they got some continuity. Marr with a fake toss going deep. He's got Allison. Jump ball. He's got it. Breaks away. Breaks away. Bye-bye. Touche is in the end zone.
Randy, a guy who has to wait on a ball, go up, wrestle it away from somebody, then break the tackle and score is very dangerous. We mentioned it's not the catch so much, but what he does afterwards. This one may have been tipped or something at the line of scrimmage. It looked like it came out of there a little awkwardly. Either that or it kind of slipped out of Drew Marr's hands. But look at Allison. That's just amazing.
He fought off 2 guys to catch his 11th touchdown pass of the year. And for Marr, that is now, well, let's see, how many touchdowns they got on the board here? 5, 6.
Yeah, but Carter ran for 2 of them, right?
Nice. Marr's throwed for 4 touchdowns today. Kannapolis going to try to get that missed extra point back as Dale King is in the lineup at the fullback with Carter at the tailback. They're going to go for 2. Marr, fade pattern, Allison incomplete. And no flag. So nullify the extra point again. 1:36 is all that remains in the third quarter, and Kannapolis has extended their lead to 40-14. Randy Whitley along with Woody Kane back at Panther Stadium. And Woody, this last touchdown to Allison, was this the backbreaker?
It may very well be, and now a flag comes out. I don't know if that was a delay of game or no. The official is upset here at the Franklin bench. I think that's going to be a flag on the Franklin bench. He's trying to make him back up, and now he's going to go tell the referee what the call is. But the flag came out right down here in front of the Franklin bench.
Well, you see the track area. There's not a lot of sidelines in the stadium. The track kind of comes within 3 yards of the sidelines, and you can't back up far.
So that's going to put the spot of the ball now for the kick at the 45. Immediately after the official threw the flag, he was over there trying to wave the Franklin players back off the sidelines, and he probably had warned them before. Usually they give you at least one warning before they'll throw the flag on that.
Well, you see, that's basically about it as far as the sideline area, so you don't have a lot of area. The kick, needless to say, will go deep this time.
Against West.
Taking it to 5 by West, and the wonder coverage is there. Look like leading the way, number 19, Sean Johnson. Let's take a look at the last touchdown pass again, Woody.
Well, the key here, and for some reason the ball comes out a little bit wobbly. I think Marr may have dropped it a little bit, but look at Allison just going up, fighting through, and then makes 2 guys miss him. The first guy, Kyle Morgan, there on the coverage. Allison just wrestled the ball away from him and then just makes guys miss. You almost expect it once he gets the ball with only 1 man on him, it's going to be points.
I had to compare him with Randy Moss, but they make the quarterbacks look pretty good. I throw it up there and hope for the jump ball situation. 9 out of 10 times Allison's going to win it.
Yeah, and a guy like him with those 2 drop balls in the first half had to be just chomping at the bit to get back out here and try to catch some more passes.
I believe he's made up for it.
Yeah, and what a great job this guy has done. Fred Goldsmith, you talked about earlier, and Steve did too. A couple years ago, they won only 1 game. Last year, they went 500, and now they're 10-1.
On 2nd and 6, pass behind Penland. They were trying for a little quick turn, and or Matt McConnell, the intended receiver. My apologies there. That'll bring up 3rd down. Stops clock with 51 seconds left in the 3rd period.
You can almost see a little bit of the Wonder defense starting to get in the heads now of the Franklin players. That ball thrown a little bit too quickly and behind the receiver. Just a little bit of jitters here now at what has happened to him, because this team, Randy, really, they were pushed last week, but they have really just rolled through the regular season after losing their first game of the year to Murphy, who's still alive in the 1A playoffs.
Wyatt with pressure does get it out. His man out of the backfield, Drum, and got behind by the ankles, and that will be enough for the 1st down. Daniel Brown brought Drum down, but a good play out of the backfield. We see it again.
Josh Reeves putting some pressure on Durham here, makes a little move, but Brown has enough speed to recover and get Durham out of bounds.
Can the Franklin Panthers overcome this deficit? It's a big mountain to climb as they keep it on the ground this time.
Let's see who gets up off the bottom there. Looks like it was Dwayne McClure, first guy there.
They can't miss him.
Yeah.
As they are probably going to get another playoff here at the 34-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Wyatt with a single setback. Drum hit, turned around, and then the pursuit catches him. That's like a pinball in there, isn't it?
That's the other Durham. You got Chris and Josh. That was Chris.
And that's the end of the third period. 40-14, Wonders in command right now. 12 more minutes for one of these teams in the 2001 season. Back for the fourth and final period. 40-14, it was 35 or 34-14 at the half. As you see the Panther cheerleaders, they're still in this game. The Wonder fans who made the long 4-hour journey from Cabarrus County are liking what they see right now. Wyatt, back to pass, pressure coming, throwing incomplete.
Oh,
he
my
just
goodness.
had to get rid of it.
Randy, Antoine Norris just threw people aside and stormed in there. He got there in time to be able to lay a pop on Wyatt, but I'm talking about Norris now.
Yeah.
He was just hurling bodies aside.
It's kind of
Look
like
at his teammates coming up. Wow, man, that was pretty good.
He's kind of like the old Bubba Smith commercials. I just throw, get in the backfield and sort him out till I find the guy's got the ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Punting situation. Not too many teams have had to do that tonight. We've had 54 points on the board. And decent kick by Breedlove. Kicks it away this time from Allison, and that might be the smartest move they've done tonight.
Did you see Drew Marr over there? He almost reached in to grab it and said, oh, wait a minute, I better not do that. I might be in bounds.
So I'll get it next time. I see number 12 in the Kannapolis huddle, Woody, and that would be, let's see. Now, Marr's coming out. I saw 12, Derek Williams is listed on the roster as a receiver he's going to come in as a receiver, but they got him listed as a reserve quarterback. He'll be in the receiver mode this time. Marr, hands off, Dale King. And that's money in the bank for about 3 yards.
Yeah, and you and I were talking during the break, Randy. You might start to see the fullbacks numbers go way up here in the fourth quarter for Kannapolis, because right now all they want to do, all Coach Massey wants to do, is have the clock keep ticking.
And it shows 11 minutes and 10 seconds. Coach Massey, you got 40 points on the board. You still don't feel safe. Coach Massey would be the first one to tell you that. Although I'd rather have 40 than 14 at this stage of the game.
Oh, yeah.
They send Williams in motion and go back to King, and he'll get to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Last week at about this time, when things started to get kind of wet and sloppy and the Wonders had a couple of touchdown leads, we saw Maurice Edwards under center for, a series or two there to try and keep the ball on the ground and keep the clock ticking away. And
Gave him that speed at that quarterback position, plus that option ability a little bit.
yeah, and this week they're sticking with Marr. But now, I was going to say, you got another backup quarterback out there in Williams, but I don't think they're going to be trying any halfback pass craziness right about now.
I would think so. On 3rd and 6, it's Williams with the ball this time, and he'll get about 2, and that'll force the Wonders into a punting situation. David Prophet, who's played an excellent game tonight for the Panthers on defense, making the tackle.
Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the game. And there it is again.
He was in position, and Kannapolis with Brown on to kick it off, or kick it away.
That's the play that they have been executing so well. Randy, the Wonders came out just flinging the ball, and it really forced the defense to kind of hesitate there, and it has been costly.
Not Brown, but Smith, excuse me. Daniel Smith. That's the first punt of the night, I believe, for the Wonders, and it's an excellent one. It will be a return at the 21-yard line, and up to about the 27 goes Dustin Pendleton. So with 9:32 left in the fourth period, Josh Steele on the coverage for the Wonders. It's up to that green and white defense to hold it.
And the difference now, Randy, is the team that has 2,000-yard rushers now has to transform themselves somehow in the last 9.5 minutes into a quick strike type offense, and that's not what they've done. That's not what has been successful for them to get them to this point.
They send Jared Breedlove as the lone wideout.
And Dustin Pendleton, Wyatt's favorite receiver, is on the sidelines.
Play fake. Wyatt stops, going deep behind the coverage. Nope.
Wow.
I think playing back on the ball was Terry Collins, who almost had the pick, and he's a little bit disappointed. He's sitting down there.
Well, Randy, Terry Collins is fortunate there because on this rollout, he thinks run and comes up. Look how much space is here that he has to try to recover. See that gap? that ball a little bit underthrown, and Terry Collins trying to recover. He saw another bad situation flashing before his eyes there. He looks like he's limping a little bit. Hope he's going to be all right.
I tell you one thing, they're going to bring looks like Carter in at the corner. Yep, he's in. Here's Drum. Left side, breaks a tackle, breaks two down the sidelines, and they've got the angle, and they'll push him out in front of the Panther bench. Shannon Blackman over there for the tackle at the Wonder 46-yard line. Good run for number 36, Josh Drum.
What about that nice stiff arm, though, as he turns the corner there, going to his left, and there was all kinds of room there for him to run.
Clock now begins to run with under 9 minutes left here in the fourth period. At the Wonder 47-yard line. Single setback, this time behind Wyatt. Durham looked like he slipped that time, Woody, and a flag coming in, and may have been a face mask. I didn't see it.
I think maybe Josh Reeves came in there, and he may have gotten the back of the helmet, but I didn't see if his hand went around toward the front or not.
Yeah, there might have been a hole. We'll just see what the...
They are, yeah.
That's going to be the, might be the 5-yard garden variety. I don't think it's an intentional.
Well,
Or
it looked to me like he was toward the back, but I don't know if his hand came around the front or if somebody else got in there from the front or not. Reeves was behind him.
and it's going to penalize.
Take a look again here. Watch 5. Oh, yeah, he did get him around the front. Yeah.
Well, the big one down to the 32-yard line of the Wonders. Quick pop this time by the fullback, Chris Durham, 215-pound sophomore, gets a couple. Has this game's kind of slowed to a snail's pace or what?
It really does seem like the Kannapolis explosion here has kind of taken the Franklin crowd out of the game a little bit, Randy. And, you know, time's a wasted. Coming up on 8 minutes now. 3 touchdowns does not get them to lead. I mean, they've really got to find a way here to try and open it up a little bit. But, boy, Kannapolis has been taking it away from them.
3 touchdowns, and that includes the 2-point conversions. And spinning this time for a couple of tough yards.
Randy, I think that time it looked to me like one of the Wonders on the line there may have been Norris. Or no, check it, Randy. I think it was actually Davis pushed his man that was blocking him into the ball carrier and knocked him down.
Whatever it takes. That's kind of like croquet. You know, you don't get penalized. You don't get 2 extra shots, though, for that.
We mentioned that Shannon Davis filling in for the injured Kendall Turner after a concussion last week, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery because it looks like he's going to get to play next week if he's cleared medically.
3rd and 5, and West spinning, depending on the spot.
Well, they got to go, even if he didn't.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't really tackled. He was forward progress was whistled dead. And they will move the sticks. He got enough for the first down.
Take a look at it again here. And boy, the Wonders just getting a lot of white jerseys to the ball.
Saw 4 green helmets in that stack. West. The single setback. Let's see if Wyatt goes to the air and the flag. Somebody had to be in motion. You finally got that bug off our monitor, didn't you?
They had a moth on the screen. I thought it was an extra player. I was going to say they got 12 guys. Oh, that's just a moth.
Yeah, he was in motion. That's the guy that cost them the penalty there, that moth.
So this is going to push him back.
I didn't think insects were supposed to be still active this time of year up here. Of course, it has been unusually warm. 1st and 15, all the way back to the 27-yard line of Kannapolis. Wyatt tosses it out, and it is going to be complete. Making the catch is Jeremy Dockery, and he turns it upfield down to the Wonder 15-yard line.
Let's see. It looks like it was Davis in on the stop again. Shannon Davis having a big game here, getting the start. Watch 7.
Boom.
Right there comes in at the bottom. Actually, it was more than him. It was Brown and Blackman and
Wyatt, though, with a good little toss. That was kind of that in-between pass, and it was successful that time. On 2nd and 3, fullback stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and getting up off the middle of the pile there was 61 Alan Clark waving his hands like, no way.
Alan Clark has been having a big year for the Wonders as well, Randy. They have just really, as you mentioned, come in with their game faces on tonight and have just played exceptionally well on both sides of the ball. They've given up some yardage, but except for that first play of the game from scrimmage for Franklin and the one after the turnover, they have really been stout.
3rd down and 3. And Durham keeps the legs moving. The Wonders trying to move him back. Gonna be close to the 1st down. Now it'll be 4th down coming up.
Wonders starting to get some fresh bodies in there. Corey Kennedy's in here, number 90. A couple of other fresh bodies coming in now. Who was it that Coach Massey was saying they call him the Beast? Corey Kennedy is 290. That's pretty beast-like.
That was what the Beast was going to play. I think the Beast struck early tonight.
I can't remember who he was telling us. It was one of the guys they called up.
4th down and 2. Wyatt's going to call timeout. That's their first here of the second half. We've got a timeout on the field. 5:04 left in the ball game. Wonders on top. Yes, Yule season is here, and it's hard to believe.
Is that Franklin's perch?
It might be the Panther perch up there. Panthers don't perch though. Well, they climb trees, don't they? Here's Wyatt going deep in the end zone. Dockery can't hold it.
Now, there's a flag down, Randy, and it looked like one of the backs out of the backfield got maybe clipped that time, and let's see if that's going to be the call. They knocked the back coming down out of the backfield, but I don't know if that was going to be the situation or not. The Wonders are signaling decline.
Well, they're hugging up there here. The referees want to make sure they're all buddies.
Illegal hands.
Against the Wonders. It was 4th and 2. Let's watch it again here, Woody, and see if we can pick it up.
Now watch Durham coming out here, 36.
They tackled him.
Yeah.
He thought he had the ball. Yeah, he thought...
he may have been fooled, and thought he did have it.
Thought Josh Durham had the ball.
But he just reached out and tripped him, and I think that's what drew the flag.
That'll give the 1st down with a penalty to the Panthers, who were running out of time. 4:56 left in the game. Number 90. How much did you say he was?
290.
290. 290 is not.
He's on page 2 of your roster.
Okay. He is page 2 of the roster, right?
Yeah, Corey Kennedy.
They couldn't get the 2 on the jersey, though, could they?
There he is, right in the middle of your picture there, number 90.
Yeah, it's hard to miss him. Getting some. You see those clean jerseys. You know who comes in now. All the way down to the 7-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Wyatt gives it to West off the right side, struck down from behind. Who got him in a bear hug and slung him to the ground?
It might have been Josh Reeves coming in there. Keller was close.
Got him at about the 5-yard line.
But somebody came flying through. Let's see. Right there, it is Reeves. Boy, Josh Reeves.
He's got a Superman cape on, doesn't he?
I'm telling you, I don't know how a guy could play a game as well as he did last week. He hasn't had maybe as many tackles this week as he did a week ago, but man, every time you start to think, oh, well, maybe he's just going to have an average game, he pulls off something like that.
2nd to go from the 5. West again with a handoff, and he spins and will be short of the 1st down.
No, he got in.
Yeah, he did. Late signal, touchdown for the Panthers. And it's been a while since they were able to put something on the scoreboard. It was 21-14 at one time in this game.
Take a look at it again here, just straight ahead running. Nice job at the line, and then fighting his way over at the end to put him to the 20-point mark. But now you've only got, 4:13 to go.
Now the extra point attempt by Kyle Gardner. Kick is up, and it's off to the right, no good. 4:13 is all that remains here in the game. It's 40-20, and the Wonders look like they are going to advance, barring any miracles.
Well, the real problem, Randy, is even though Franklin has put up a lot of points this year and they have done a lot of good things offensively, quarterback thrown for 1,200 yards, yada, 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 they cannot score quickly, or they haven't shown that ability yet. That was a nice drive. First part of the game, that's great, but now when you're down, more than 3 touchdowns, you got to get downfield a little more quickly than that, and they haven't shown the ability to do that yet, other than the very first play of the game, but that was a missed tackle.
Don't forget to join us Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, live at our studio. We'll have Coach Massey. We'll talk a little bit more Wonder football as they go to the 3rd round and they'll face either number 1 seed and defending state champion Jamestown Ragsdale or Hickory, the number 8 seed in the West. So that's not an easy game for Ragsdale this week.
Yeah, Ragsdale would be on the road. If Hickory wins, that would be at Kannapolis.
And Ragsdale is a little bit closer than Franklin, so we won't get the frequent flyer miles. Look, you got everybody up. They're definitely going to do the onside thing here.
Yeah, Kannapolis has the good hands team out there right now.
It's just where it goes. I tell you what, I've seen so many onside kicks this year, different formations, and the...
Here they go, look.
I've never seen this one before. They kick it, and who got the ball? Let's see. The big guy has, I got a chance to get the pigskin. Reeves. Okay.
Boy, I'm telling you, he is just having a great year.
Have you ever seen that where the kicker just takes off?
Well, you know, it kind of had him fooled, but it went right at Reeves. Look at this, just a jailbreak.
That's terrifying. you know you got 11 guys coming at you.
Well, Josh did the smart thing. Rather than try to be a hero and run downfield, he just got on the ground with it. Now here's Edwards in under center.
They're going to try to keep it on the ground, obviously. Edwards, the better runner of the 2 quarterbacks. Option, Johnson, and Durant stand back after what we thought was a season injury, ending injury early in the year. Did dress last week, came back, and good to see that young man running the football.
Boy, can you imagine what kind of offensive numbers they could have put up if they had had a healthy stand back and a healthy rest of their skill players all year long?
A stand back, if that name is anything, what a game that young man had tonight.
Yeah,
4 touchdown passes.
Yeah, and a couple of more could have been scores. Really had a great game.
I saw him this morning about 7:30. He was in there getting some chewing gum or a drink of water before he went to school, and I said, he looked ready, had that look of confidence, and had his jersey on. I said, you're not superstitious, are you? He said, oh no. Here's stand back with a hole, cuts it out. You're right, Woody, if he had been healthy. Kyle Morgan brought him down at the Panther 40.
And Standback showed you some good speed there, Reddy. That was going to the outside. He sees a seam, cuts it back toward the middle, and starts running away from people.
And with that run, a lot of the Franklin fans are starting to file out. We watch it again, just speed. Boy, he was through the hole.
What moves?
3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Clock running. Edwards taking all the play clock he can here. We're down to 4-3. Now they get it off. And Rock's got the ball. He looks like a bowling ball.
People flying in for the picture there just to try and get in on the pile. And you know Rock was thinking 6 there now.
The Rock says, you can't bring me down. I got
Watch this.
13 yards on that one.
Look at him, just
1, 2.
Just keeping the legs churning. That's just classic fullback running, right? Look, who was that flew over? I think at the end that may have been Adam Garrett, the defensive lineman who flew over the pile.
Justin Porter, his offensive lineman, was piling on the pile. Justin tips in at 2:26. But the Rock gets the ball. People listen, I want to tell you.
Got a new center in the game for Kannapolis now as well. I think it is Porter, who you mentioned.
And this is Williams. Down to about the 18-yard line.
Oh!
Morgan on the stop.
Derek Williams, number 12.
Take a look at him again. Boy, look at the Wonders just clearing people out there.
Coach Massey's getting these players in. They've worked hard, just as hard as these starters. And boy, they're going to say, man, did you see me in that second round playoff game? We went up to Franklin, beat the number 4 seed team in the West. Did you see me? Did you see me? You know,
I think it's actually Randy Sloop in at center now, and one of the Wonders evidently flinched the way they're pointing. Sloop, Randy, the new center for Kannapolis, only a junior, 5'9", 302 pounds.
And he's still growing, I understand.
Boy, I'm sure his parents aren't too thrilled about that, having to buy him clothes and stuff.
That is a lot of taters.
Yeah.
And green beans, and macaroni and cheese, and biscuits.
And
Look at
everything,
that,
too.
There it is.
Boy, and you got some good size there with Scotty Atwell, 285. So the Wonders have gone heavy jumbo here late. You got 60.
And Coach Massey's been telling us all year, he says, we're not that big. Now, these guys, he's fattening these guys up this year.
Donald Gray, their number 60, is at 245.
Edwards at center, once again working the play clock down. And gives to Johnson. Look at him. Go, Rock, go. He'll get the first down to the 13-yard line. Now, is he pumped? Look at this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Rock is running hard, and he's showing you for a big guy some pretty nifty moves here. Look at this. Those are tailback moves,
Look at
right?
a stiff arm.
And look at him just running over guys at the end. There you go, Rock.
And he's coming out. He's getting a standing ovation from the Wonder sideline over there. The high five.
Everybody wanted to come up and pat him on the back after that.
Down to 75 seconds left in this game. Clock running. Wonders with first down and 10 at the 12-yard line.
You got Jamil Weeks in there now, the sophomore, at the fullback.
It'll be Williams off the right side. He'll score. Derek Williams, the 6-foot junior, takes it in off the right side, and the Wonders are going to the third round.
Check it out here. A nice move. Breaks it to the outside when he saw it was clogged up in the middle and then just turns on the jets. And, you know, Randy, something you said a while ago about these guys work just as hard in practice and all season as the starters do. That's why, you know, you hear every now and again people talk about, oh, well, they're running up the score and all this. But you can't ask those kids not to play hard when they get in. They want to show the coaches what they can do and earn some more time.
Can't ask them not to block, the linemen not to block, and the runners to lay down. So they're getting some valuable reps here because, you know, injuries do happen, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey, the Wonders know, I believe. Deloney, who's been perfect in the extra point department, kicks it through. We've got 59 seconds to go. The Wonders have extended their lead 47-20. Here we are. There's the Drew Marr sign on the far sidelines, Woody, and what a game that young man had tonight.
Those signs will be coming to a stadium near you very soon.
As a matter of fact, it's either going to be back at Memorial Stadium next week or it will be up at Jamestown Ragsdale. That will be the third round opponent. So the Wonders have, well, another round of elimination. They survive and advance. As the kick goes by Andrew Mead this time. And they got the scrum going on down there at the 31-yard line.
A little bit of pushing and shoving now as maybe some frustration starts to come out inside. A minute to go in this one.
Well, you come in and you're on a roll and you've won, 10 straight ball games. It's tough to take, and there's no defense for speed. And classic case tonight, the Wonders with nearly a flawless first half offensively.
And one thing to keep in mind, Randy, all these skill players for Franklin are juniors and will be back next year.
And Kannapolis has got some pretty good talent coming back as well. There's flags falling with 38 seconds to go.
Did somebody line up wrong or did they have too many? They had too many, I think.
Yep. Trying to get in as many as you can. And
well, you had looked like Jacob Searcy running off the field late there, and I think they may have had a little too many. And there you see the disappointment for Kyle Morgan, a captain on this team, a senior, playing in his last ball game.
But what an experience he's had to go from his sophomore year to winning one game to really reverse it. Go to from 1-9 or 1-10 to 10-2. Nothing to hang his head about.
A little bit of pushing and shoving continuing to go on as the Wonders getting more fresh bodies in there now. Jamar Harding is in there. Also, looks like Adam Kavari's in.
And the Wonder fans on the sideline will explode here as we take down the final seconds. They're not even going to run another play as this ball game is in the books. And the Anne Brown Wonders, seeded number 5 in the West, come to Franklin, make the long 4-hour journey, and win it convincingly tonight. 47-20, your final score over the 4th seeded and once beaten Franklin Panthers. Back with some post-game comments and a look at some numbers when our coverage continues. Well, the Wonders led at 34-14 at halftime. Tacked on a couple of more to win it. Final score 47-20 tonight. Let's go field side. Here's Woody Kane.
Okay, thanks, Randy. Well, Coach Massey, the way this one started off looked like it was going to be a track meet, but you guys kept scoring, and your defense pretty much kept them out.
Well, we did. We got out and shoot early, and made some big plays, and they came back and made some big plays. And then defense got a couple crucial takeaways down there in the red zone that really I thought turned the game around. We had some, we jumped out to a quick lead, but without those takeaways, I don't know. I think it'd been a lot closer at halftime.
What did you guys talk about in the locker room at halftime?
Well, one thing we talked about was not to lose our intensity. We felt like last week we came out the second half a little flat. We felt like the first series was going to be very important. We said, we challenged them first 5 minutes, to go out there and make things happen. And we did with the interception. Then, I was a little disappointed. We turned around offensively and just really, had 3 busts on plays and didn't capitalize on it. But then we came back, and then, Andre comes up and makes a great athletic play like he's made all year, so we got a touchdown back that way. Then our defense again, Terry Collins made a great pick down on the goal line down there. So, our kicking game went well, did a great job covering and doing all that. And I think tonight was just our speed showed up tonight. Fortunately for us, the weather was good. I think our speed showed up.
It really did, Coach. You came out throwing the ball. It looked like it kind of got them back on their heels a little bit, and then your running game got very effective.
Well, we felt like we had to throw the ball to be successful. We felt like we were going to have to do that, and Drew did a great job in the first half. I think found some receivers, had good protection. We did not second half. Did probably that first couple series we had some busts on maybe our routes and everything that we were supposed to run, but we'll try to improve on that.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I heard you telling your guys it gets no easier from this point.
Well, you stay in this thing long enough, you got to understand that it doesn't get any easier. Pressure keeps getting bigger, and everything gets magnified a lot more. And we're fortunate. We're down to 8 teams, I think, in the West now. So we're down to 8 teams, and we've got to where we want to be. We've got a shot now because it's 2 game series to get Chapel Hill now. Is the way I look at it, and we're going to start the first one next Friday night.
Okay, Coach. Congratulations again, and this will make it a lot pleasant on the ride home. And we'll see you next week.
It will. You guys have a safe trip too. Okay, appreciate y'all being up here.
Okay, thanks a lot. All right,
our fans too. We had a great turnout tonight. I'm very proud of that.
You absolutely did. All right, Randy, let's take a look at some of those final numbers.
Okay, speaking of the numbers, a lot of numbers as far as miles, but the trip a lot easier when you look at these numbers. 498 yards total offense tonight for the Wonders. That is absolutely incredible. Coach Massey talked about the turnovers. That was key. Penalties really didn't hurt either team that much, but outstanding performance. And don't forget, we'll have a headliners for you at 8 o'clock live in our studio coming up Wednesday night. We'll talk about round number 3 and our game of the week. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for the hospitality, all the folks here at Franklin High School. For Woody Kane, Steve Gant, and the entire Metro production staff, Randy Whitley saying thank you very much for being with us.